If you're shopping for an electronic drum set right now, should you buy new or used? That's coming up. What's up? My name is Justin. Welcome to 65 Drums, the place to keep on top of all things eDrum related. Hope you're having an awesome day. Now in this video, I'm going to go over some pros and cons of buying new or used electronic drums. I'm going to say right up front, I'm a little bit biased because I bought two electronic drum sets. Both of them are used. One was really used, a floor model, and that was probably a bad idea because it was a little bit too used, if you know what I mean. And then I've also bought a Roland TD30K, which was a 30-day return. So it's practically new, but it's still technically considered used because someone played it for like 30 days before I got it. So I'm going to just go over the pros and cons of buying both. I know that some people are always going to buy new everything, like they only buy new cars, they only buy new this, that, and the other. And then there are going to be people that never buy new anything. They're always going to buy used drums, used cars, shop at Goodwill, always buy used stuff. So there's different philosophies that go into this, but here are just some general pros and cons, whether or not to buy a new electronic drum set or a used one. The number one reason why someone will buy a brand new electronic drum set or a brand new anything is because of certainty. When you go and buy a brand new electronic drum set, you know that it will work when you get it out of the box. That's actually something that's a little bit frightening when you buy something that's used, especially if you buy it off of like Craigslist or eBay. You don't really know if it works until you plug it in when you get back home and you start playing it. And something might be broken, and if you bought it on Craigslist, it might be impossible to get your money back. On eBay, they have like a money back guarantee and stuff, so you're okay, but then you gotta go through all this stuff to get your money back. With buying something brand new, there's like a 1% chance that something will be broken, but you can replace that. Most of the time, everything will work out of the box, and certainty is the number one selling point of a brand new electronic drum set. And then, of course, the fact that you can get it right away. I can drive to a music store tonight, buy the drum set, come home, and play it. The second great thing about new electronic drums is that you get a warranty. Sometimes a website will give you an automatic 2-year warranty on top of whatever product you buy. So you know that even if something breaks a year from now, you're still covered. And that's something that can't be discounted. If you're a little bit fuzzy on whether or not a drum set may last for a long enough period of time, but you know that you got a warranty, or if you purchase like an extended 5-year warranty, that's just something that feels really good to know that you're covered no matter what happens. You're still going to have a drum set that works. And then, of course, another great thing about buying brand new is you can drive to the music store, buy it, bring it back home, set it up, and play it the very day that you bought it. That's great. Unless you buy it online, but even then, worst case scenario, you got Amazon Prime, you buy it, the drum set's at your house in 2 days. So yeah, when you buy brand new, you usually get the drum set a little bit faster. And then finally, number 4, it's the new car smell thing. There's just something about buying something brand new and being the first person to use it. It's the reason why people buy brand new cars. It's just the new car smell. People like being the first one to use something. If you really think about it, buying brand new has all the advantages except for one main thing. Money. You can save money by buying used, and that's why we're going to switch over to talking about buying used electronic drum sets. I was on Facebook, and they have their Craigslist feature now where you can buy and sell stuff. It's a really cool feature, actually. I was surprised how cool it is to just look through all kinds of electronic drum sets within 50 miles of you. But anyway, this music store posted this Roland TD11K, and they're selling it for $600. Now that sounds like a pretty good deal, like a Roland TD11K for $600. Brand new, they're $800 or $900, and you can save a few bucks. But guess what? It wasn't a Roland TD11K. It's clearly a Roland TD15K. So they're selling this Roland TD15K with the really nice cymbals with all mesh pads for $600. This is an absolute steal. It's such a good deal that I almost went and bought it myself just so I could resell it on eBay, but I didn't. Really good deals like this happen more regularly than you might think. The problem is you have to be a patient guy, because if you want to go buy used right now, you'll save a few $100. If you're spending a lot of money, like on a Roland TD50KV, you might save $1,000. But if you're patient, you can save twice as much. Like, there's so many good deals out there, but you have to wait and wait and wait. You have to check eBay every single day. You got to check Reverb every single day. Craigslist, Facebook. If you wait long enough, the deals like that will happen more often than you might think. But you're going to get a little bit bored waiting for it to happen. But if you're patient enough, a $2,000 drum set, you'll eventually find that for $1,000 or $800. If you're really patient, you can find a $5,000 drum set and buy it for $3,000. The deals are out there if you look long enough. A great thing about music stores is that they seem to sell stuff on eBay a lot, and I bought my Roland TD30K as a 30-day return off of eBay. Back when they were going for $4,500, I bought it for $3,800 and it was only used for 30 days. So I saved a crap ton of money and I was kind of sort of buying a brand new product and it was barely used. So from all I'm saying, it might seem like buying new is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. But not necessarily. One of the big things about buying used electronic drums is that you're tempted to buy crap because there's all kinds of deals out there that are way too good to be true. Not necessarily fraudulent, but when you actually get it in the mail, it's a little bit too beat up. You know what I mean? People buy brand new stuff because they've been burned in the past by buying something that was used and it turned out to be a piece of junk. And a lot of times it's hard to get your money back if you accidentally buy something that's used and it's a piece of crap. We've all bought something from a pawn shop or something that just wasn't nearly as good as we thought it would be when we finally got it back home. So used electronic drums, the temptation is to buy something that's 70% off. Like the deal is just mind-blowingly too good to be true. And then you buy it, you get it back home, and it actually is too good to be true. So for example, I bought a Cat Percussion K24, got it back home, turns out only the hi-hat and the ride cymbal work. You know, so two of the crash cymbals, they're pretty much broken. And the deal was way too good to be true. I even had to glue the hi-hat back together. This was a floor model, which means it probably got 5 years of use, 1 year in the store. So should I have bought that drum set? I'm not sure. I got it for $500. If you buy it brand new, it's $1,200. Now the module itself costs about $500 if you buy it brand new. So even if everything was broken except for the drum module, I would have been okay. So I still got my money's worth out of it. But still, the deal was too good to be true. They sold it as is, so that means they thought that something could have been wrong with it. They said, we tested it and we think it works, but we're not incredibly sure. And I just took that as, okay, maybe one cymbal doesn't work, doesn't matter. Well, it turns out 2 cymbals were broken, the hi-hat was split in half. So, you know, if you buy used, there's a chance that something might not work. And since I bought it as is, I can't send it back, that type of a thing. Still got my money out of it. I'm just bringing up this whole illustration just to say, when you're shopping online, if a deal seems too good to be true, it might be. So just keep an eye out. Buy stuff that you think will be good. Also, if you buy the higher quality brands used, there's a higher chance that it will work. So if you buy a used Yamaha drum set, there's a higher chance that everything will be working because it's harder to kill a Yamaha drum set. And then finally, the last bad thing about buying a used electronic drum set is that some of its lifespan is gone. I mean, literally, if you buy a year-old electronic drum set, that means you can't play it for one of those years. So if the drum set was going to last for 5, that means you can only play it for 4. If it was going to last for 10 years, you can only play it for 9. So that's just the trade-off you're going to have to do. And again, the really old stuff is always going to be at amazing prices, always tempting you to go buy it. But I don't really necessarily recommend buying a 15-year-old electronic drum set. Remember, electronic drum sets don't last as long as an acoustic drum set. So go something that's like current generation, but it's used. I wouldn't buy something 2 or 3 generations old. That's not really what I think is a good deal because eventually it's going to break and the sounds aren't that great anyway. I recommend buying something that's a current generation, buy it used, save some money, but be careful, make sure it's all in working condition before you buy it. So as you might be able to tell, I'm a fan of used gear. I like 30-day return stuff, factory refurbished, or stuff that's been used for a year or 2. Just make sure you're getting a good price because some of the lifespan is gone. There's a chance that it might not work. You got to factor all that into what you're willing to spend on any particular drum set. Sometimes you'll strike out. Every once in a while, you'll accidentally buy something that doesn't work. And that's just a risk you're going to have to take if you're going to buy something that's used. But overall, I feel like the time I spend researching is worth the investment. Other people, they don't want to spend the time and they'd rather just buy something new they know that will work out of the box and will last a little bit longer. And for those people, I totally understand why you want to buy new and, more power to you. Now, I realize everyone has a different life philosophy on whether or not they buy new or used stuff. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. I'm really interested to read your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in a few.